Good afternoon and welcome back to the Little French Homestead. My name is Sherry. If you are new here, welcome. Today we'll be making some homemade breakfast bagel sandwiches and burritos to help fill up my freezer since the last batch did not last very long as my family enjoyed them very much. I will be using about 2 pounds of bacon. I have 2 trays of bacon already in the oven, and I'm finishing off this one right here. Once all of the bacon is cooked, I'm going to let it cool for a little bit, and then I'm going to get out a mason jar and I'm going to strain all of that fat, and I'm going to set it in the refrigerator until I need it. That is going to be some delicious flavor used throughout the week, especially preparing some of my veggies. In a bowl, I have about 4 pounds of ground sausage to make my sausage patties. I will link the spice recipe that I am using down below. I am doubling this batch, but I'm going to be using some sage, garlic powder, salt, pepper, marjoram, brown sugar, and I did add a little bit of red pepper flakes, even though we are not a huge spice fan. And I didn't have any clove, so I just used some nutmeg. I have some whole nutmeg, and I will link that down below as well. I got that off Amazon. I'm going to be making a total of 6 patties. 6 of them are going to be used for the bagel. 6 more I'm going to be using for a different meal. And then I'm going to be grounding up some sausage in a little bit to be used for the burritos. We don't make our own bagels, not yet on this homestead. So I am just going to be using some pre-cut bagels from Sam's Club. They are the everything bagels. We actually really enjoy those ones. You get 6 for like $3.99, and we go through quite a bit of them. So when I had gone to Sam's Club, I had bought 6 of them, 3 specifically for this recipe and 3 for us just to use with cream cheese. I got some American sliced cheese going on these. That's the only thing I had in the house, but American cheese really goes great with any type of sandwich that is an egg-based. It just really brings out the nice flavor of the rest of the meal. And I'm going to be adding to 6 bagels some Virginia baked ham. I'm going to be adding then 3 slices of bacon, and I'm going to have then the 6 sausage patties. I did let them cool for quite a bit before I added them to the bagels, and let the excess grease drip off some of those. I did tap them, so I didn't get a lot of grease on these sandwiches. Now, some of my sausage patties, I should have used the other bigger ones that I cooked, but that's all right. These patties that I placed down here, they didn't quite fit the bun, but don't get me wrong, they're almost all gone. My family absolutely loves this kind of breakfast sandwiches. They usually eat, 1, 2 at a time, and that is fine by me. After I add all of these sausage patties, I'm going to give them a close and just move them over to the side. Then I brought out my griddle, and I'm going to be go ahead and cooking 6 eggs at a time on my griddle. I am cutting the yolks on them. I normally do like a nice runny yolk, but I found that when you stick them in the freezer and they're still runny, they don't taste as well as they would if I was eating it fresh right away. And I did not want to put the cheese on top of these because it was going to melt too much, and I really didn't want that type of profile going onto my sandwiches. Once I flipped all these eggs over, if you noticed, some of the eggs were sticking to my spatula. So I grabbed a paper towel and I was wiping off the end of my spatula just so I could go ahead and maintain a clean one and then a nice easy flip of those eggs. Now I know you see here I got some store-bought eggs. I didn't have that many eggs to go around with my chickens. Earlier in the week, I had given 18 to my mom and dad, and then I had given 18 more to my next door neighbor. He gave us 8 pumpkins that we are going to be making some pumpkin puree, sticking that in the freezer, and some pumpkin chucks, but I will take that along with you when we do this. So I've got some scrambled eggs going, and we did some home fries. Now I did buy these home fries. I got them with some onions and peppers to give them some extra flavor. I added some salt, pepper, and some paprika to give it some nice coloring. While those are cooking, and they're while the eggs and the home fries are cooling, I went off and started wrapping all of these sandwiches all up. Now, I did mark them on the top with their first initial, so I did H for ham and S for sausage. And then I'm going to go ahead and put them in a gallon-sized bag and mark them as well to putting them in the freezer, because you don't know what they all look like once you've entered them in the freezer, unless you seriously stare at it for a couple. Once I've packaged them all up, I was still leaving them on the counter. The eggs were still a little warm, so I didn't want to put them in the freezer quite yet. So in this bowl, you see the home fries, the eggs, sausage, and bacon, and then some American cheese. Now, I normally would have put a shredded cheese in this and mixed it all together. But again, I did not have any shredded cheddar. I would have preferred that. But use whatever cheese you got, and that's exactly what I did. Now, I did roll them all up. Now, if I was serving these fresh to my family, I would have taken the grill, then grilled them to get them a nice crispiness. But sticking them in the freezer when they've got grilled marks on that, our family doesn't like it. But if your family does, feel free to do what you feel. I was able to get about 20 of these tortilla wrapped burritos, breakfast burritos put aside. I was able to do 6 ham, 6 sausage, and 6 bacon. Now, I did wrap my tortillas in 2 packs. Some of the tortillas didn't have a lot of filling, and I knew that going into this, I may not have enough all the way through, but I just wanted to use those 20 tortillas up since I had already let them thaw, and that wasn't a big deal, so I put them in 2x2s, and they're almost all gone. So you see here, I'm just finishing this all up, and we are really enjoying them. There's really not much left. So I really just want to say thank you for being the best part of these videos. You guys are amazing. I can't believe the views and the following that I already have on my channel. I thank you guys for allowing me to come into your home on a daily basis, for you to watch me cook and learn how to make new foods that I normally wouldn't do. So if you like these videos, please like, share, but most importantly, subscribe and keep on cooking. Bye.